Too bad. Video didn't get the motor. Guess just have to wait till next time.
All right, so yeah. I don't know, it's just something like, not relaxing, but soothing watching that thing cut and seeing when it's a clean cut.
So, Joey wanted to go ahead and make a custom one-off wing for the CTS-V over yonder. And we had to make some brackets and design them all in the CAD program and cut them out on the plasma table. So, in order to break them, some of the brackets we had were going to be a little off plane. They weren't going to be straight to contour the body of the trunk. So the regular brake really wouldn't do it for what we had, and 1/8 inch material is fairly thick for just a regular sheet metal brake. So needed a press brake, and we could have ordered one and had it here within, hell, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, something like that. But the way we are around here is we like to make stuff. So ended up making our own little press brake. We took the dies off of our sheet metal brake and kind of doubled them up. That gave us our 90-degree bend right here for the dies. Pretty thick stuff. Cut out all the plates in the plasma table and just designed it. Rods right here for the slides, gusset them all up. Then the bottom frame. The bottom frame we actually made in 2 pieces. That way we could take one out and actually physically bend the bracket that he wants to bend with it.
And these things lay in here like this. Something like that. With another one in there like that. Damn it. You get the point. Ta-da.
Yay.
Yay.
A bench.
Made a box. That's made 2 boxes. We go one inside another. He's not bad. Because the bend that he needs to make is on the contour and the other side of the bracket that is spaced out like 4 inches away or something like that needs to be inset. So that's why the regular sheet metal brake wouldn't work. So we made this machine and works out pretty good. We're going to be able to bend thicker material with it, thicker aluminum, and we can make stoppers. Pretty much production type work. Go over there, bend it over and over and over and over again, and be exactly the way we want it. So producing work is going to be a lot easier with it and work out pretty good. So he's almost got that pretty much dialed in where he wants it. Just got to add a couple more holes and do the test fit on the car.
Test number uno.
The damn 90. It's right on your line.
Made the jig up and then started designing what kind of platform we wanted to start with on the tubular subframe, and we're using all chromoly tubes and cut out our plates, or actually our brackets, all out on the plasma table and put our indentions in there. That way we can break it and have a good seam for full penetration on the weld. 1¼ chromoly, 5/8 chromoly, and that'll all encapsulate lower control arm, steering rack, motor mounts, and open up a lot of room for other activities like twin turbos. Got a couple bars to add in through the back side to tie into the rear buckets, rear coilover bucket. and then we have to make our box for the engine mount. We're probably going to end up designing these boxes maybe 1 or 2 more times before the final process goes out. I know once we start making them, things change and ideas get better, you know, along the way. So we're trying to take all aspects into consideration of making this, making everything less weight, more room, offering it direct bolt-in for stock CTS-V, and we're gonna cut the 2 back arms off back here, because from what a lot of guys do when they do twin turbos is they stick the turbos under the engine on the back side towards the rear of the tires, and getting rid of these sections of the cross member and subframe opens up a lot of room. So that won't have that. So we'll have kind of a couple different versions. We'll have a subframe to offer that is going to be direct bolt-in for stock control arm, stock rack, whole 9 yards. It's just gonna hopefully be lighter than what stock cross member is already. Stock cross member, from what we weighed, was about 15.5, 16 pounds, which isn't very heavy, but we're not really going to be extra light with this cross member. We're going for more room than anything. Get rid of all the bulky cast aluminum, have more room for exhaust to flow back to the back, or whatever the case we want to do. So like I said, 100% stock bolt-in for stock CTS-V, and then we're also going to make one to where we can have different lower control arms, tubular lower control arms, and that will possibly also include something to do with a strut assembly to get rid of the coilovers that are on the front of the car, or whatever the case is, knuckle, lower control arm, upper control arm, and that's where the weight savings is going to be. Steering rack mount here, roll up to the box. This one doesn't have a mount point back there for the rack, so we're going to come off with a full tube, bend and roll up, and then bend and meet that point.
What happened to your CTS-V? I put it in boxes. You ever want to know where 1,500 pounds is in your car? There it is.
My God, the whole car.
Well, I got some goodies came in this week. Boy, oh boy. I was a happy camper to see this thing show up. Yeah, this bad boy came in this week. Granted, it's nothing like Joey's, 2,000 horse Cadillac over there plus, but this right here is a 5.3 iron block, Gen 4, and I'll be running 11:1 compression, and it is bored to almost 4 inches. It's 3.905 and fully forged bottom end, 383, so it is stroked. And boss man Joey was kind enough to let me buy his bad boy heads off of them with the Inconel exhaust valves, titanium intake valves. So those are actually going on this bad boy. So the motor's rated 1100, and my goal with the truck was 1,000. So how long that'll last, I don't know.